All right. Hello and good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Go Mode Podcast, Mentor Tourney 2026. Today we have a fighter sword matchup between two very fine players. We have Karjan and Vincent, 246, going head to head in game three in a winner go home match. Both runners will be putting themselves to the limits here, and I'm looking forward to what should be a very entertaining match. This will be a standard mode, random item to start off with, so our runners will get the vanilla-ish experience, but with some nice twists here. So I'm Pro A007, very happy to be joining you here today, and on the mic with me is also our restreamer, Secretly a Silver. Welcome.
Hey everybody, I'm gonna get these two synced up here and then I'll talk a little bit more, but I hope you're enjoying the experience. If I need to adjust audio levels, please tell me in the chat.
All right. And right off the bat, our runners are getting a power glove, so won't have to worry too much about that aspect of the game as we head to our standard opening, which should take about 6 minutes, give or take,
Yeah, so
depending on what our
that
runners get.
that glove is really important because that means that they don't necessarily have to dig for bombs in the back, which can be really helpful if we get like a fire rod. Oh, we're getting a bow, which is cool. Uh, but yeah, so we don't necessarily have to dig for bombs in prize packs because, like, with the glove in hand, you can just go back whenever for backup escape.
Though our runners, I'm sure, will be fishing and hoping for some bombs so they don't have to backtrack. But it is a nice little bit of security on that front as we head into the castle proper.
Yeah, so bow is a really good starting weapon. It two shots the blue guards, one shots the green guards. Four shots the ball and chain, which is the most important part. Also keeps the ball and chain at a pretty nice distance, so you're not really in danger of taking a bunch of damage there. Ooh, a shovel.
Yep. So that'll extend the opener a bit because standard routes generally, unless there's a compelling reason otherwise, they do the CAC route through Lost Woods and sometimes Lumberjack if they're feeling like they just want to get that out of the way.
So we have Charizard versus X. I don't know who would have the advantage in this situation. So, oh no, Karjan, Karjan, please.
Karjan,
Okay.
Right now advantage Green Guard and Karjan.
Yeah, that Green Guard's earning his paycheck. I
Yeah,
mean, he is under the
that is
thrall of an evil wizard, so I don't know how big his paycheck actually is, but he sure earned it.
slavery. But yeah, I'd say Charizard probably has the advantage since X is a robot.
Oh,
Oh,
oh no.
you missed
All right.
arrow shot.
Well, now we do it all again.
That is a harsh um, error there early on here. So Karjan, you have to hit the accelerator a bit here.
Yeah, so if that happens to me in a live race, I'm just looking to cut whatever corners I can, because this is going to be a several minute time loss. So we're hoping to make that up by getting on the jet.
Yeah, and that can be a double-edged position. Certainly, an early unforced error like that, can compel the runner to be more aggressive, but at what cost, and where can you all. It's also good to know where you can do it. with this kind of situation, yeah, you definitely, veterans will know where, when to pick their spots to be aggressive. If you have, for example, early Dark World axes, maybe you've run full tilt into that, even if you don't necessarily have the weapons for some of those early aggressive plays. So,
Yeah, we'll see how Karjan deals with it. This is fighter sword, so it's the people with lower records in the
mhm.
Swiss stage. So these matches tend to be a lot more swingy than the ones nearer to the top. So she's not out of it by any means.
No, no, not at all. And our runners will, both runners, will have the option, to consider. Um, do you do Eastern, especially if it's a crystal? Get that out of the way.
Yeah, so that's going to depend on whether we find a lamp and or how comfortable we are with dark rooms.
Mhm.
So that's. I missed what happened to Vincent.
I think he was checking for prize packs. There
Okay.
was a big, a full magic container, which is nice. There's a
Ooh.
fire rod, so
Okay. So if the big key is not vanilla, that means that Armos is actually in logic under advanced placement.
right. And even without that, that dark room in particular is one of the easiest to learn and doesn't really require a lot of kind of gymnastics.
Uh,
Still no
the
bombs.
the runners were talking in the race room a little bit. Their last seed, Fire Rod was their go mode, and it ended up in Mimic Cave. So they were, I'm sure they're
Wow.
relieved. They're relieved to see this early Fire Rod.
One wonders how much they had to make. I didn't see the race. I wonder how much they had to make up once they got the fire rod. Because fire rod is sneaky important in how much you kind of need it for. Ooh, well, there goes the Karjan out of magic. Now, well, never mind.
Yeah, so the rats are in the magic pack. It seems like both of them don't necessarily know this prize pack, but yeah, this is the magic pack. No bombs in this pack. The guards were in the rupee pack. No bombs in that one either. So we'll have to come back once we acquire some explosives.
And so, you know, Karjan trying to set up. Okay, well, get some arrow reef or restock. That's nice. Ooh. Okay, what's the tree giving? The tree is giving bombs, so
Sure how safe that is. Just like a bunch of bombs. Like I'm thinking of like a chestnut tree that when autumn comes, they all just end up on the ground. So
yeah.
is it the same way with bombs that grow on trees? It
Could be.
seems a little dangerous.
So going straight back to finish this off, that's probably for the best. You don't want to be backtracking too much, anyways. This will probably be an automatic save and quit, anyways. And ooh, bottle. Well, nothing groundbreaking. That bottle is helpful.
Yeah, that bottle probably pushes you toward Kakariko more than like if we didn't find that bottle, I would say probably the Eastern play is looking a little more juicy, but yeah, that bottle just ships you straight to Kakariko. What was that on the ledge there? Was that a blue boomerang?
I think so. I think that was the blue meringue. Check, can you confirm?
And if well, it was something blue, so it's staying there forever no matter what because we're not doing a whole extra dungeon for anything that
Fine,
important.
our fine tracker is confirming. that it was indeed a bloomerang. So,
Alright, so
right.
we're gonna hit Kakariko Village around the same time. Vincent has done Back of Escape, but Karjan has not. So Vincent gonna get to check that bottle.
Yeah, in terms of checks, that's the only advantage. We'll see if that ultimately means anything. And for Karjan, do you is this something you just kind of forget about? The back of Escape, because already if you say you're looking to cut corners, that's a potential corner. Well, there's an ice rod, so we'll have to worry about
Yeah.
that end game today.
And there's the other boomerang, so we definitely don't need the one on LJL now. Okay, it's good that those 20 were in that chest there. The money situation was kind of awkward, but I think that 20 helps it a little bit.
Yeah, it'll pay off the bottle vendor, at least for Vince. And Karjan is $20 short, didn't because of Back of Escape, but there should be enough in the well, odds are.
Yeah, so there's
Right.
20 just under pots in the well, not counting however many just
Yeah,
randomly end up in chests, so Karjan will be
yeah.
able to pay the vendor. Okay,
Okay, well,
bailed out.
so 2 bottles, Quake, Love, and Bombos. All right.
Okay. So a little bit front loaded. So and now I'm just hoping that Samaria just shows up somewhere and this is just a jet seed and we're not just sifting through 8 spheres of nonsense to try and find the one item that locks one boss that we need.
We could be tilting towards a hookshot end game with this setup. Hmm. Front loaded indeed.
Yeah, it's always nice to see the Moon Pearl. Sometimes that can be in some uncomfortable places. So
The kid is is donating his heart. That's a switch.
yeah, I mean, I would think that he would need the heart more than somebody who's hale hearty and hiking into his house. But you know, uh, he's a very
Yeah.
generous and giving kid, I guess.
Well, Charizard probably would threaten to have the heart, and Mega Man is doing the Pinocchio bit. All right, so Karjan gonna just check first and vanilla piece of heart.
Yep, and then as you said earlier, the shovel check now becomes a Kakariko Village check. It seems slow when you're walking to it like this, but this is really just the best time to go get it.
Yeah, I mean, Karjan having a little trouble.
Check your stun
These
drop.
kind of,
Probably should have checked the stun drop there since you already had a stunned enemy on screen, but it's not super important.
So just 3 bombs in the grove. So we still don't have. Okay, so it looks like Karjan's gonna finish what she started with Back of Escape.
Yeah, so I'm leaning Eastern Palace, but I'm interested what these runners think.
Yeah, I mean, there's 6 items between Saha and Eastern. It's also we have not seen a map check yet, so
Yeah, so Vincent deciding to go to Mini Moldorm Cave, which is a good bit of density. However, I definitely want some more money before coming down here to try and maybe
Yeah,
somehow make my way up to Zora. But like without the boots,
yeah.
that's kind of slow anyway. So maybe
Mm.
Vincent just wants these items and then he's done here.
Yeah, so both runners look like they're doing the same thing, although it looks like Karjan is going to do the well first.
Yeah,
Or,
so I actually like to pair the dam with Agina's cave. So
yeah,
we'll see if Karjan goes over there. It's not a very popular play. And we do
yeah.
get our first map check there. We have a pendant at desert and crystals at the other two. I didn't see what color crystals they were. I think they're both blue. But
They were both blue. It was an all blue light world. Swing and a miss at Mini Moldorm. Just a lot of explosives.
the single arrow of destiny sunken in the swamp there. Oh, the mitts inside the dam though. So that's
That
Dark World access. Probably want a little bit more health. But yeah, now that we have Dark World access, I'm with Karjan here. Now you just reroute to your density.
that would be late throws on the bombs. Thinking about Vincent Skip Dam, yes, currently. Uh, Moldorm's not
Ooh.
playing nice.
Release the bee. Do it. Release the bee.
Yeah, that'd be a good strategy. But $20 at Ice Rod, so alright, well, okay, yeah, Karjan gets the health refill because she didn't do the race game. So yeah, two choices here: Eastern or Dark World. You know, and to your point, how comfortable are you with doing thieves? You know, not fully, but you can do it.
So
Also, and Skull
Vincent,
Woods too.
Vincent skipped the dam. So oh yeah, both thieves and Skullwoods are thieves may or may not be in logic. Skullwoods definitely is though. You do have two bottles. The problem is you don't really have any money to fill them.
Right. So,
And there's another
well, we're
bottle.
getting close to bottle percent.
Chat saying
Interesting.
our stun prize is blue rupees, so that would be a little slow to get enough for a
Yeah.
potion, but you know, desperate times and
Yeah.
whatnot.
Well, you don't even really have like a defensive item, like um, Canaburna or Magic Cape to kind of get you, kind of fumble your way through the blind fight at the very least, assuming Thieves is a crystal. You have a 71% chance of that being the case.
Yeah, for those who don't know, in A Link to the Past, the pendants are only required to pull the Master Sword pedestal, which in this game is randomized, so probably not required. So we kind of want to stay away from pendant dungeons because crystals are the ones that actually advance the game. But you know,
Karjan ignoring Saha too. Interesting. Oh.
so this is in this branch of the randomizer. Saha always has 3 text boxes, and he's going to give you information that Karjan's going to get in a few minutes anyway.
I suppose, there's the big key. So Eastern completion now in logic. And Yeah, I see the point of the three text boxes. I don't know. I guess I'm the kind of person like if I can know now, I want to know now.
Yeah, that's fair. A
Because
lot of a lot of people approach it that way as well.
yeah, especially I don't know how much it's going to inform the next decision, but you never know.
I mean, if you see Greenpen and his thieves from Saha, and then a hammer shows up here, that might route you to Hype Cave instead of just going to Village right away. But
Certainly could. There's Sankart at the big chest.
okay, that means that we opened the big chest, right? Okay. Okay, yeah, there's the big key. So Armos is in Logic right now.
Yeah.
This would... So, one of the plays that's gaining popularity in the community is skipping the big key chest. I usually don't like doing it, but I think in this specific scenario where that chest is out of Logic but Armos is in Logic, I think I might do it.
Yeah, I think it also, if you want to, I think because, what was just one? Okay, so if you had, I think I'd probably, Vincent have a little trouble opening there it is. Okay.
So
Yeah.
actually scratch that, because according to Vincent's tracker, there are items in both locations.
Yeah. Yeah, if you had 2 items and you were gambling on item number 3 being at Armos, I'd do it, but so Vince's gonna help himself to a fairy, and we could have grabbed a fairy too if he wanted, because we have the net. Not opting to go for well, if he was almost out of magic. He was pretty much out of magic, so could have gone into the other room, picked up 90 rupees. Because again, this has been a poverty seed so far.
Yeah, being low on magic, I'm not even sure that's enough for a fire rod shot. So,
yeah, probably not. Karjan.
Oh no. Okay.
But running into the same problem as what happened at Hyrule Castle.
Alright, got there eventually, but now it's a little bit gated by the Igor.
Yeah, and a little tricky, though. Both runners having trouble with that.
To answer the question in chat, yes, the back of Eastern Palace is in Logic with the Fire Rod, and only the Fire Rod, not the lamp. So any path where every dark room has torches in it, is in Logic with only the Fire Rod. If there's even just one room that doesn't have torches in it, then it needs the lamp. In this case, it's only one dark room, it has torches, so it is in Logic.
Yeah. So, and Karjan actually did opt to capture some fairies to stock up, so we'll see if that ends up being useful. In the meantime, 2235, Vincent on the board with crystal number 1.
Yeah, I mean, she did just get Sankart, so is at full health, but as you said, like, she already died in Escape, and she almost died on the big key chest here, so...
Yeah.
Just get a little bit of insurance, and, like...
Yeah.
Lets you not play scared.
Abundance of caution, for sure, but understandable. Okay, there's... This, Titans mid for Vincent. That's probably going to send. Well, he might do a Gina.
Yeah, that is a possibility, and if something ends up on a Gina, it might be quite a while till Karjan gets back there.
Arrows back and gets crystal number 1 at almost 24 on the nose. 24 minutes on the nose. Have we been to Dark World at all? Not yet. We have the access, but neither player has opted to go for that just yet, particularly with the fire rod being a thing. So that unless the big key was in its vanilla location, it was a pretty good chance it was going to be logical to finish this dungeon. So get that out of the way.
Yeah, and they definitely wanted more help too, because we're still on green mail. Things in the Dark World mostly do 2 hearts of damage. So, you know, I'd rather do it with 7 than 5 hearts.
Agreed. Yeah, Mothula in particular can be difficult. Especially if you're not really used to the movements and some of the challenges that come with that. And we'll see what Karjan decides to do first. Again, crystal or pendant will probably inform that decision. And all right.
Alright, so we've got a green pendant at Thieves Town, we've got a pendant at Ice Palace, which I'm sure they've just breathed a sigh of relief, because Ice Palace is a huge pain point for mentees. And we have our red crystals at Swamp and Mire. Oh, and we got
the
a
lamps. So dark room's no longer a concern. Now, okay, open the door with green pendant thieves. Is this the situation where you just do the front and, hope you get 2 or 3 good items and then leave the rest as kind of, your break glass in case of emergency option?
Pendant Thieves is difficult. Green Pendant Thieves is even more difficult. What I've been doing recently is, if it's green pendant, I just leave it, because right now we have mitts and no mirror. So what I would look to do here is look for a little bit more health, take the frog to Hype Cave, and then you're gonna have to take the frog back to the village anyway. So you just take the frog home and then portal back, and then you make a decision on Green Pendant Thieves. That's probably gonna come after I clear Skull Woods for the crystal, but I think leaving all of the items in there makes it a more enticing option, rather than just half clearing it, getting 2 items, and now it's only a 3-item play, and now there's a bunch of things that are better to do. Right.
Yeah, it's definitely a situation where it definitely has potential to backfire, but the way you describe it, especially as green, because it's essentially 5 items, as opposed to 4. We've already seen 1, I believe it was arrows. 2 more chances here. There's a key, so item number.
So a question in chat: does that put the mountain in logic? Yes, the lamp and the glove put the old man cave in logic. However, there's only 2 checks up there right now, and they kind of take a while to get to. So that's not really an option at the moment.
So Karjan's going to continue with this commitment, and you did get a Master Sword out of the last chest, which is nice. It doesn't do anything against Blind, because Blind is 9 hits no matter what sword you have, but does give you a little more power, and you can deal with Mothula, I think, a little more safely in this as a result.
Yeah, as Blind likes to point out, any old sword makes the cut in that fight.
Yep. Well, Karjan having a little trouble navigating there. Got a little boxed in. Gets through. All right.
Wow. Oh,
there's the hook shot.
Got a hook shot in the front of Skull, so that's gonna make the mountain play a little bit better. Because now with the hook shot, we have some mobility.
Yeah, Hera's still out of bounds, but but can do a lot of checks.
Yeah, we've got Paradox Cave, we've got Hookshot Cave, Super Bunny Cave. Like, there's a bunch of stuff up on the mountain. I
think
hope
that was
intentional. I think that was intentional. I think it was a death
I
cart.
I think so as well. Well, there's item number 3 for Karjan, heart container.
Yeah, I think if we're up here, I think if you go past the big key door, you're just committed, killing the boss no matter what.
Yeah. So only 2 items for Vincent in Skullwoods. Already got one, and it was a big one with the hook shot.
Don't we love the mummy statue room? Isn't it great? It's a very, very well programmed and not annoying room at all.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh my.
Exact to the face.
Karjan down to half heart. Does have fairies. Have a fairy, I think just one, but
does
some.
do the heartbeat sound effects change to the low HP Pokemon sound effects if you're playing the Pokemon sprite?
I don't think so.
Okay.
That would be pretty annoying.
Yeah, that's a good suggestion from our tracker here. Vincent should just use Bombos, clear the room, and go about his day.
Yeah, that would a little slow, but yeah, we'll get the job done. Clean, nice and clean. So finally to blind. Karjan in decent health, and there's the flippers. So
two big items in Skullwoods. Coincidentally, both of them are pieces to the Swamp Palace puzzle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, so Karjan didn't quite get the perfect scripted fight, and now is in a bit of a bind here. Needs 3 more hits, and yep, there go. So good on Karjan having the fairy.
Yeah, still has that fairy from earlier, so and good job not having to use it before too. She was down to like half a heart at one point.
Right. Yeah. Okay, and there it is. So yeah, the Master Sword is pretty nice. We'll see where the other 2 swords are.
A little quick resync of the streams there.
Okay, so Vincent in a little bit of trouble here, trying to kind of navigate, and does not have a fairy to work with, unlike Karjan. So, ooh.
Yeah, I kind of like that Karjan is putting off Skullwoods. Like this is one of those situations where, like, when you know your limits and you know like that you have this much that you do before you have to go up to Skullwoods, like you can just do this, try and maybe get a little bit more health, or even just a little bit of money would help in Karjan's case. And yeah, she's gonna skip dig game here.
But she did do dig game.
Oh, she did.
Got the Book of Medora, so Charizard is now literate.
Oh, well, that's a scary thought. Speaking of scary thoughts, this is quite a moth arena that we've got here, and Spike just catching up there.
Yeah, there was actually there's some good RNG there too from Mothula's movements. So if not for that spike, there was a pretty favorable setup.
Vincent deciding to run out. I wonder if this is for I wonder if this is for the full magic. I wonder if he realizes that Moldarms are in the magic pack, though.
I think he should, because I think he did do it, I think. So...
Okay, this is just a full we're out of here. Which, fair.
Yeah. Yeah. So bombs in Hype Cave to start off. What are the other 4 chests going to give us?
Wait, does that mean he's Johnny 5 bombs now? Since he gave you 3?
Yeah. Well, that is a pretty good Hype Cave, at least in terms of the money and blue mail. So
Yeah, so this is kind of what I was talking about before. Like we don't have eyes on the mirror yet. So like your plan is to take the Smith back anyway, so you can just delay these dungeons until you go back to village the second time. If you're feeling like maybe you're not going to be able to complete them the first time.
yeah, it's definitely calculated. There's literacy there. So yeah, interesting to see what Vincent's next move is. I mean, Vincent's digging right now, trying to turn a profit out of this game.
Yeah, I wonder if he wants pod money or potion money. Probably potion money, if I had to hazard a guess.
That's a good question, because yeah, in terms of completable dungeons, apart from what we've already seen, nothing current. Well, yeah, they do a run at ice, I suppose, but why would you?
Yeah, ice isn't completable without the hammer, and yeah, you gotta clear a lot more before you're diving ice with a hammer.
You're item hunting and hoping it pays off.
So it looked like Karjan was going back toward the village there. I wonder if she was just trying to luck sack a fairy.
Might have been. Nothing else. We'll see how far she's willing to take it. It looks like pretty far. It looks like.
Yeah, and Karjan with the Master Sword and the blue mail is going to help a lot.
Yeah, it definitely is going to make this more manageable. So Vincent now has enough to actually pay off Zora.
Yeah, that doesn't leave you with very much, and he's, as we saw in the digging game, he's definitely interested in having some money for potions. So, not sure if we're gonna see that. I'm not really sure what Vincent is doing right now. Is he taking the long swim over to Pod?
It appears so. And in terms of items, Pod's got 5 of them.
And you can get the majority of them without the hammer, so...
there are 14 chests, and, everything except the finish can be done.
Yeah, if you're looking for some extra health and such... yeah. Karjan trying to get a little bit more health, but, unfortunately...
Karjan, there's the corner. Like, oh, if only she it'd be so much easier with that hook shot, which is in the front of Skullwoods. Alright, so we're gonna pay the greedy monkey.
Yeah, so I wonder if she's doing it this way because she wants to follow up with Purple Chest.
It's not an unreasonable position. There goes the Gypto.
you might notice that Cardin is picking up all these hearts with the boomerang. It's
Yeah.
not because she doesn't want to walk over there for whatever reason. There is actually a method to the madness. If you use the boomerang or the hook shot to collect a heart, there's a 25% chance you'll get 2 hearts instead.
Nice little trick. And, ooh, well, Cardin's got to be careful getting hit from all directions here. Don't know
Yeah,
if she has a
there's
second.
not a whole lot she could have done about that, honestly. There was, like, all of the
No.
escape paths just immediately got filled up.
Yeah, it's kind of the opposite of Vincent. Vincent had probably as good a draw to start with, but you just couldn't. You just got sniped from the side, and that was it.
The mummy's in the arrow, or no, that looks like the skeleton pack, actually.
Yeah. There's a heart. There's a heart container.
A good use of prize packs there to grab that small magic off of the mummy, so that she didn't have to go back to the beginning.
Mm-hmm. All right, so I'm gonna go for take 2 here with Mothula. Vincent taking a death warp to get back to the start of Pod.
Yeah, so Vincent hasn't really found much here in Pod, and that, like, having the death warp out of that room is kind of slow, so
Yeah.
not exactly what we were looking for when we came in.
No, not at all. So take 2, and already off to kind of a rough start for Karjan. Getting bodied twice by Mothula. Only has 1 shot left with Fire Rod. There it is. She can hold the line. Ooh, good bit of movement. But again, got bodied for a 3rd time.
Yeah, it just needs to be a little bit faster on those sword swipes.
Yeah, there's definitely kind of a hesitation there. You're trying to set yourself up, but you know, she's persistent. Other way.
Yeah, so Karjan does not know about the hook shot, and from her perspective, there is one more item here. She might be trying to find an additional heart container or something.
It wouldn't hurt. This be. There's the big key, so take the death warp. Actually, this is a good secondary reason to go into Pod. Your Zora money. That's actually kind of an interesting sort of paradoxical logic that getting the big key is actually going to be a good incentive for Karjan to go away from Mothula for the time being and get that hook shot.
Yeah, and I wonder if she just like full sends the moth skip here, just, you know, save Mothula for last when you have a lot better equipment.
Yeah, there's another $300 for Vincent, so all of our money troubles just went poof.
Well, I guess this proves you gotta spend money to make money, right?
That's what they tell me. So there's the hook shot. So Karjan all set with Skull Woods for the moment. Yeah, Karjan, yeah, there's 3 bombs for Vincent. I think that's 4 items.
I think we are doubling back for purple chest. I'm not sure how much I like doing this. Like, you're kind of coming back with the hammer anyway. And if the hammer is on purple chest, then, you know, whatever, roll your eyes and move on. Yeah, okay, she's not
Yeah,
going for the purple chest. I think it's just mountain from here for Karjan.
I, I think so. I think, yeah, out of all the choices available, that's at least the best in terms of item density. So, yeah, both runners, yeah, did not have a good time with Mothula, so coming back, with a second row of hearts, seems like a prudent choice. Okay, so it looks like Vincent is gonna do Pyramid and Catfish.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably his best opportunity to do so. And if the hammer is here, that's going to be really painful to get there. So
Hmm.
we'll see. We'll see if this pays off. So one of the more obscure bits of tech in Link to the Past is so normally if you have the Pegasus boots, you can bonk into trees. Some of them have stuff on them, but in lieu of Pegasus boots, you can also use the Quake Medallion to knock stuff off of trees.
So the old man just had a broken heart, so
Well,
take it out of guilt.
considering the canon backstory, I can't say I'm surprised.
Yeah, I'm not entirely familiar with that one, but
So, oh, Vincent with some fun graphical stuff. I have no idea what caused that, but so in the canon of the game, the Princess Zelda and the other six maidens have been kidnapped, and
right.
the old man in the cave is coming up to Death Mountain to find his kidnapped granddaughter because he thinks she got sucked into the Golden Land by one of the portals. So he's going to save her, but he forgot his lamp at home.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I knew something that was kind of implied. I wasn't sure if there was anything specific in the text, or in the background. But sorry. So this out of the way check for Catfish. Yeah.
You were corrupted like Vincent's graphics like that. It's so weird.
That is weird. Yeah, it's a little strange. So Vincent took a minute, but see what his next move is.
Probably just following Karjan up the mountain here.
Alright, so there's the blue cane. There's our red mail.
Red mail's gonna help with moth hits, but it doesn't help with spike hits.
No, it's still one hit. It's still one heart, no matter what. So set up a bomb jump here. Chat suggesting that there's something in desert. That's entirely possible. And
Yeah, the problem with desert is there's not much over there. It's really far out of the way, and we might not even be able to complete the dungeon if one of the keys is boot locked. So yeah,
right,
it's
a very isolated.
Yeah,
It's a very isolated play for essentially 3 items, potentially 3 items.
yeah, we might not even get any. It might just be a key on the torch and a.
Ooh.
Okay.
No, that opens a few things.
That makes desert a lot easier to get to.
Yeah. Meyer area is now in play.
Yeah, no mirror and 2 medallions in hand without the cane. I'm not really looking at Meyer at the moment. I don't want to be able to get in because that means you have to go dip it.
Yeah, Meyer's shed would probably be worth a look just to kind of see, because that's two quick items. But yeah, it's the lack of mirror doesn't make it an automatic. It's just kind of a potential option.
Yeah, I mean it's a one-way trip at this point, so and you want to kind of limit how many one-way trips you make.
Yeah. And there's bottle percent incidentally. Yeah, you there is a kind of a romanticism, going for the double whenever possible. You get Pod and Eastern, Meyer and Desert, Hera, and to an extent Turtle Rock, but that's pretty uncommon. So, door is open.
Yeah, so we have the medallion, still need the hammer to get there.
Right.
And of course Samaria to go inside the dungeon.
Yep.
Oh, there's our third medallion, so we can definitely get into Meyer now. Oh, and there's the cane. Oh boy, we got the Meyer care package. That Master Sword's looking pretty big over there on Cardin's side right now.
It does. It does. Yeah, that but now it's like you almost have an embarrassment of choices. Like, what do I do?
Where did Vincent pick up silver arrows?
Must have been in Pod.
Okay. So that's gonna make Vincent's Meyer decision a little bit easier because those silver arrows tend to delete Vidi pretty quickly.
One of the rare enemies that actually needs more than one hit. Not exactly Golden Gun level, but it's pretty close. And TD Silent Pain, our tracker, has confirmed it was the Pod shooter room.
So Pod is bow locked, but the bow is in the chest that locks the items behind the bow. Nice.
Irony abounds, indeed. So Vincent, a little more. There's a couple more immediate choices available because of the money situation. Can pay off Zora.
I'm surprised that Cardin didn't flute for potions before coming here, because she knows she can complete the dungeon now.
Yeah.
And, like, you're not at a huge amount of health. Like, I think she's at 9, maybe 10 hearts, and...
It's 9 hearts, yeah.
Master Sword with no silver arrows is gonna take a while.
Yeah, I think Cardin's kind of maybe just realized that a little subconsciously, or is opting for something a little safer. Let's see.
Yeah, so this is another case of knowing your limits, because I know a lot of people who would have just like realized the mistake and just pushed on through and tried to do the Vidi fight, but yeah.
There's a heart container on Desert Ledge. Looks like Cardin's going to at least take a peek into Pendant Desert, which, I kind of understand that. You're going to know pretty quick what you can and can't do. If nothing else, you come out of there with a heart container and get yourself up to a full row.
Yeah, and she's already got one pendant in hand, which she hasn't turned in yet, so... finger wag at that, but yeah, but if you can get this pendant, I think you're gonna have to start thinking about the pedestal.
There. Don't have a key, can't do this.
Yeah, you don't. Maybe just going out the right side for Agina's cave.
I guess so, because that's right, because Karjan hasn't done that yet.
Right, and the door is the statues seal you in the dungeon, so you have to go this way.
Right. Yeah.
Desert's boot locked, which is probably for the best, so that we know if if the
Yeah.
pedestal does end up being required, then the boots will show up at some point.
Yeah. So charging $10, $8 shy of Zora money.
Yeah, and we do have to start kind of thinking about that, because I don't think anybody has done the flipper checks yet, and we do have the flippers.
Yep, and it seems to be exactly what Karjan is doing.
A little bit faster to do this from Link's house, but still, it's a pretty small difference.
Yeah, and like I said, okay, so Vincent's gonna do thieves now, and if nothing else, we'll walk out of here with a Master Sword. Well, Zora money. That hobo's secretly rich. Who knew?
Yeah, it's just choosing to live under a bridge.
Hey.
Yeah, so Karjan's been walking around with this green pendant in her pocket for quite a while now. I know it's only one item, and it's not very enticing to want to go and turn that in. But you made the decision to clear you made the decision to clear the dungeon, so you might as well get your reward from it.
Yeah, and Chekhov's pendant. You gotta make this pay off sometime.
Okay, well there's the mirror, which is going to lead to the powder.
Yep.
Powder check is a little tough to get to at the moment, but more importantly, Karjan sees that free fountain of blue potions.
Yeah, wow. Walking out with 2 blue potions. Make that 3.
I think she's gonna get them all. And I can't say I'm surprised, as has had the death and escape plus the 2 deaths to Moth. Now, she has no way of knowing that Vincent also died twice to Moth, so...
Yeah. Vincent noped out of thieves after getting the Master Sword, so up a green pendant, more money on Zora Ledge.
And as far as we know at this point, that's the correct decision, because there was not really much in the back of thieves, and the only thing to come out of that dungeon so far was that Master Sword.
Yeah. So is Zora a scam? Oh yeah.
Question in chat, couldn't you have sold those bees since you're light on money? Well, first of all, we're not light on money anymore, and secondly, the bees are sellable, but only to the merchant in Kakariko Village, and we're not really going there all that much, so...
Yeah, time was, it would have been a good choice, if you needed, quick cash. I mean, but it's kind of situated. If you're going to do it, you'd have done it when you activated the flute.
Yeah, and at that point, our money was solved.
Right. Yeah. So looks like Karjan's gonna do Tower of Hera.
Yeah, Chad also making a good point that you could release one of those bees on Mothula to get a couple of hopeful hits in. They tend to knock her into the spikes more often than they actually do damage, but sometimes you get lucky.
Yeah. Alright. So, nothing on Ether Tablet. So, we're what? A hammer from Go? Maybe boots, depending on how this plays.
So the only thing that boots would be required for would be a GT big key on the torch. And there we go, we do get our bug on bug violence here.
And getting pretty lucky with that as you
Yeah,
got a couple of clean.
I would say at least 2 or 3 of those counted. There we go. Moth
Yeah, they
down.
did. Very nice. All right, so over a half hour since the last crystal either runner got. Vincent up 2-1 now with Skull Woods, but there's a fetch quest in our future.
I think that was the, or no, is the, I think the big key is down below, so we're gonna just
It
grab
is.
that and hope the second one is just hanging out in here.
Yep. So
I think from Karjan's side, you just leave, even if there is an item in the basement, you just leave it there forever, because this many deaths, I think that's a little too far to go for one item.
right, we know this. It's not here. It's going to be in the big chest because everything else has been accounted for, item wise.
Ooh, Karjan getting robbed.
Man, Karjan got a lit. I think it was trying to compensate a little too much on the aim there and ended up getting dinged for it. So take 2.
Well, her third spin should have landed, but lost a frame roll and hit the head instead.
Right, so take 2. It's 1. Nice, very nice hit 2. All right, this should. Yep, there it is. So. All right, so 2-2 on the crit.
Vincent going into Meyer, which again is probably dictated mostly by the fact that he has silvers. But he needs to find that mirror. He needs to find the mirror in Waterfall Fairy at some point.
Looks like Karjan's gonna finish off the giant bug as well.
And with 4 blue potions in hand, you gotta feel a lot more confident about that now.
Yeah.
So while we're on some walking screens, why don't you go on over to their channels, drop our runners a follow if you like what you see. And thank you Pro-A for volunteering to be on comms today. Thank you TD Silent Pain for
pleasure.
Clicking the buttons and correcting me when I spread lies. And yeah, it's a fun race so far.
Interesting for sure.
This is game 3 out of 3, so this is an elimination game. This is win or go home on both sides. Did we not go for Moth?
No, just doing the remaining fetch quest items. It checks. It looks like.
Okay. You know, I would probably want to go for Moth here, but I can see being maybe a little bit gun shy about it.
This is okay because this also kind of steers you towards swamp.
That is true. Karjan should know that there's only one check that can hold the hammers, and since she's in hammer go mode, she might just want to, you know, just full send the go mode swamp. Maybe fluff a few chests on the way for silvers or for another sword. But if that hammer is in the first check in swamp, I think Karjan's in a pretty good spot. Vincent down to a heart and a half here. I don't know what his... Oh, well, it's right in front of me. Yeah, nothing in his bottles, so... And has not picked up that powder that's sitting on Hylia Island, because the mirror, so...
Yeah, can't quite do that yet.
Living on the edge here. It's probably, with Red Mail, probably 2-hit KO to most things, but... yeah. Still a little bit scary. Yeah, Karjan is sending for Swamp, and hopefully we will see her skip most of the dungeon here. There's no reason to do it because it's mostly hammerlocked. Boots.
Oh. What if Hammer is on? Vincent did not check Desert Ledge. I do not believe.
May have. I don't remember.
I don't recall it, but
Alright, straight back. Let's go. Alright. Good. Yeah, Karjan knows Hammer can't be here. Everything's pretty far out of the way to be looking for a sword or silvers, so I'm just going. Karjan, if you watch this back, it's faster to do that lineup on the right-hand pipe than to go all the way to the left like that.
yeah, one of those learning experiences.
There's our
Well,
there's... Alright, say it with
narrative-
me, chat. There's always a sword and Swamp.
Narratives must be maintained.
Vincent's still rocking that heart and a half.
Yeah. Ooh, a little off. Well, now it's a half a heart.
Yeah, so now it's crunch time.
So Karjan almost done with Argus's shield.
Yeah, that's kind of one of the reasons I learned the fast zero cycle, because you don't really ever have to worry about their float cycles anymore. You just delete them all pretty quickly. That said, there's like probably 100 other things you should learn before learning something like that. So
107-31, so 3-2 lead for Karjan with a red sword. You know, fight's now much less scary. We'll see what her next move is. There are got a few choices here.
So where can this hammer be at this point? I guess it can be behind the boots. That would be pretty
That was
good.
my thought. That was my thought. You know, checkerboard cave, anybody?
True, we haven't seen that yet.
Well, Vincent right in the edge.
Yeah, that's not good. That takes a while to recover.
Yeah, that kind of offsets the loss Karjan had at the beginning.
Oh, and Karjan doesn't want that full heart container. Just says it's gonna take too long.
Gotta go fast, right?
Yep.
And Karjan can indeed finish off Meyer, which Vincent is now redoing. So advantage right now, definitely in Karjan's favor. Up a crystal and entering the same dungeon as Vincent. And this is a red crystal, so hammer.
So hammer is required to get to Argus, so it cannot be my favorite hammer placement in Pyramid Fairy, unfortunately.
Well, drats. This for no logic, maybe, but
as always, much love to our tracker for correcting the record there.
thank you, appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen Smith Chain, we've seen all of the mountain checks. Spike Cave obviously can't have the hammer, because you need the hammer to get in.
Right.
We've seen both
Haven't
tablets.
seen Graveyard Ledge and King's Tomb. So is Bonk Rocks.
Yeah, so Bonk Rocks and King's Tomb are still live. I think there's still one item in Desert that's behind those boots.
Yeah.
Let's see, we've seen Cafe. I mean, we've seen basically all of the painful locations except for Graveyard Ledge.
Yeah. And well, Turtle Rock hasn't been explored. Again, not all of it, but you know, there's enough to where Hammer could, you know, be lurking in there.
So you need the hammer to hammer the pegs down to get to the portal.
Yeah.
And there it is, there on Vitreous. So Karjan on the right path here. 4 blue potions in hand, and you know, no silvers as of yet, but but we'll get them eventually because pod is required and they're in the first chest.
Cutscene chest about to begin for Karjan. So yeah, so when does Vincent get that mirror?
That is definitely an important question. You know, if Karjan runs out of magic for the fire rod, shouldn't she be able to use flamethrower on the torches and light them?
Right. I mean, yeah. Flame Wheel. There's a good one.
Oh, Flame Wheel. Man, when Generation 2 came out and I saw that Flame Wheel animation, I was hooked immediately. It's such a good animation. Vincent into Desert, seeing that it is boot locked. Oh, there's 2 items in Desert. Okay.
Right. Yeah, I thought. Remember, there's the big key.
Yeah, this is the right move here from Karjan. As far as she's concerned, it can equally be on either the chest or boss.
Yeah, got it. This is definitely a hundo situation for the dungeon, you know, just because. But
by Desert Palace after Hammer. So Vincent is still looking for the mirror.
Getting close to it, too. Actually, Vincent will be in go mode before Karjan.
Yeah, still needs to make up a dungeon, though. So...
True. Karjan taking one of those four bottles.
Yeah, it was a decent call. She wasn't in, like, one-hit KO or anything, but, you know... Whatever ups your comfort level is definitely a good thing to do. Alright,
Yeah,
so Vincent getting that hammer, which is 21 out of 22 go mode. Oh no, I wouldn't even bother with this at this point.
Yeah. So yeah, like it's 90, like a 96% chance it's go mode.
Yeah. Okay, Karjan picked up Perna somewhere. So it's
That
gonna...
was... I believe that was... Jeez, where was that?
I would just turn that on and start dashing at this
Yeah.
point. Yeah, so Karjan doing a million slashes here. So that works with the cape, but Berna still goes down at the same rate when you do that.
Yeah.
Putting nice healthy distance between herself and the eyeball, even at 5 hearts. Don't want to catch yourself standing in goo, as any World of Warcraft or Final Fantasy XIV or any other such MMO player can tell you.
Alright, so Karjan officially in 100% go mode. Vincent pretty much there.
Yeah, I think the next play from Vincent should just be Swamp.
Yeah.
And then, well, here's the question. You're in that 96% go mode. I think the answer is yes, because we went and checked Zora after getting the mirror. So, but is that bombable wall chest on the table here? And I think the answer is yes.
Yeah.
But that would definitely be a thing if you decided to skip that to save a little bit of time. I see somebody made a typo in the chat. Instead of Bonk Rocks, they put Bono Rocks, and I didn't. I guess that means we have a U2 fan.
Bono Rocks, yeah? Alright, so Karjan now with silvers, so both players will have an easy time with Ganon.
And this is actually best case scenario for Karjan here, because she knows she's in go mode, and like if you find that big key here on right side, you can just go straight to the boss and just hammer down and go straight to the boss. I don't think it's here, but this is definitely part of the dream scenario.
Yeah, I don't believe it was either. Actually, I think it was here on the right side. If I'm starting to come back to me, nope, never mind.
No, I think it's back in the compass chest.
I think so. Nice bonk there to get back.
Yeah, and Karjan considering the vanilla big key chest at this point, but deciding that the back is a little bit better.
There.
Oh, she already got 2 items, actually. She got the silvers and the heart out of that chest.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just pausing a little bit to remember key logic and making the correct decision to head back. Meanwhile, Vincent did not miss those boots, which is definitely the better scenario for us here in chat and for him, of course.
Yeah. So that, yeah, officially 100% go mode.
Yeah, even though it's such a high percentage chance to be that
Ooh. Don't think she meant to do that.
Bootless go mode. She needed a key.
She needed a key, yeah, that's right.
So yeah, even though it's like 96% chance to be in go mode without those boots, you still get nervous when you're walking up to GT and you're just kind of praying, like, please don't make me clear this whole dungeon just for one thing to get the big key.
And we've all seen a race where it has happened.
Oh, I've played races where that's happened.
How do I know? Yeah, you have 22 possible choices, and it could be one of 22 locations. So yeah.
Okay, Vincent running to pod here, probably maybe a bit faster to mirror and flute.
Might have been. So this is actually fairly close. The dividing line right now is Karjan has done Hera, and Vincent has finished Skull Woods.
Yeah, and the Hera Crystal, like, Vincent knows that he doesn't need anything in Hera, so like you can just Hera pot straight to the boss, and that's only gonna take about a minute to get there. Now, Karjan is on Helmasaur and has already gone through pod, so it's probably a couple minute difference, but it's pretty close. It's probably within GT Big Key range.
Yeah, Karjan didn't do the full explore like Vincent, so to answer Chad's question, correct. Only one location requires the boots, and that's on the lantern at the beginning of the dungeon.
We call that Bob's Torch, and that's because if you don't collect that item, it causes a graphical glitch of one of the anti-fairies later on, right before Ice Armos, and we, in the rando community, have named him Bob. I don't know why.
5. Yeah, 5. It works.
Oh, wait,
5,
Vincent has Skull Woods done, but Karjan doesn't.
Right. Yeah, that's the dividing line, because like I said, Vincent's done Skull, Karjan's done Hera. So actually, in terms, location, whatever, it's kind of whatever, because as soon as Karjan finishes Moth, he's going to save and quit straight to the mountain.
Yeah, I still think Karjan's ahead, but it was a little closer than I thought.
It is a bit closer, yeah, but not quite a. Yeah, I think you're right about it being within big key range, and a couple of an unforced error at this point. I think one thing both runners would really like to have, even though it's not required to finish, I think they could go for some half magic right about now.
Yeah, half magic would be really nice, but ultimately not a required item.
No.
Karja's a little light on arrows here. Does have
Yeah.
silvers, so it's not like dire.
No. If only Karjan had a B for the Mothula fight. Yes, that would be nice. But, got plenty of red to work with. The spikes are interrupting the flow of the action. Mothula is like, kind of sitting there in the back, but...
And so Karjan maintaining her 1 crystal lead for now, and we'll see. So Vincent's probably going to do Hera on the way to Turtle Rock, because that is the faster way to do it.
Yeah.
So we'll see exactly how far ahead Karjan ends up.
Alright, here we go. To the...
Vincent, you have the boots.
Yeah.
That's one of the things about standard is if you do end up like bootless for a long time, you kind of tend to forget that you actually have the boots, and then you end up walking on like a big screen like that, and then it's like, oh no, I feel bad now.
Yeah. So both runners understand the assignment here. About a 1 minute difference on go mode.
Vincent is the boots. Oh, Vincent, digging up some ancient tech here. I think this is Philly.
Hey, yeah.
No, he backed into the explosion. That's probably one of the Raiden pot setups.
Yeah.
Versus, I think most runners use the bread pot now, just because it's really easy to explain. Just line up here, line up here.
Yeah. It's so... Oh boy. Trolldorm getting both of our runners today. Alright, so Karjan in the door at 127.03.
Oh, Vincent got his sword slash changed into a poke on probably the last possible frame.
Oh, yikes. That 2 loss, 2-1. Trolldorm up 2-zip now on Vincent. There it is. Third time indeed the charm. There's a key. Another key.
Well, I expect Karjan to be maybe Pokies too when Vincent enters Turtle Rock here.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Turtle Rock's not free. I mean, I know we have red mail, but it's you can definitely take a little bit of unfortunate damage from stray Pokeballs, and that has nothing to do with Pokemon. That has to do with the Pokies that are in this dungeon.
Looking up to be about a 2-minute advantage, give or take, when Vincent enters the door.
Yeah,
Here's the big key.
There's also Chain Chomps, which Karjan was getting a little bit bullied there.
Yeah. does have a ferry, so has a little bit of room to work.
Did she get a ferry? I thought it was all
Yeah,
blue goo.
bonked the rocks in Death Mountain.
Carson probably should have picked up the arrows under that middle pot, but again, we have silvers,
Oh.
so it's not super important.
Not sure why she's doing this.
Gonna steal the key.
Steal the key, right? Yeah.
It's, okay,
What
I'm
is
just gonna just gonna use the ferry here.
Okay. So it's about a 2 minutes 6-second difference between the runners on their entrances to TR.
Yeah, that. Oh, you hate to see that. Oh, I hate
Yeah,
when
that
blueberries.
that's cruel. Yeah.
I think it's less of the ferry to address the statement in chat. I think it's less that the ferry saved her than than she took the death intentionally to heal up.
Yeah. Yeah, it was that.
Alright. So we're skipping Laser Bridge, right, Karjan?
I would really think so. I mean, yeah, you can always get more goodies, I suppose, but if you're a little self-conscious about health or whatever.
Stopping.
That's actually good.
Yeah, making a little pit stop there.
That's actually a good move.
Yeah, she was completely out of magic, so you definitely want
Yeah.
at least a little bit to be able to use Samaria in the Peg Maze room here. Alright, good.
Yeah,
We're skipping. It's an elimination game, you gotta skip it.
Though they're not as experienced as other runners, I think after a while you kind of get an instinctual feeling like, all right, where's the dot done?
Yeah, I mean, we've definitely had many adventures here on both sides in this seed, so I would say it would be hard for either runner to feel ahead right now.
Yeah. Ooh, unfortunately, Karjan did not menu, so you have to deal with some ice physics for temporarily.
Pretty fortunate walk pattern there to get some extra hits in on that head. And then that's probably the best case scenario for that ice path, because now you have about 3/4 of the room that you can use, rather than if it went the other way, then that kind of cuts the room pretty significantly.
Yeah. And so 132.41, the race is on.
All right. You know what to do. There are 22 locations that the big key can be in Ganon's Tower, so get your guesses in chat, 1 through 22. Where do you think that big key is going to end up? Guessing will end when Karjan enters Ganon's Tower.
I think we were talking about adventures. I went 17 just because I feel like the runners are going to have to work a bit here. And you went even farther on that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with 21. I don't wish tile room on anyone, but I like to see GT full clears. We do have a little bit of extra time because these runners actually moved the race to be about half an hour earlier upon my request. So thank you very much to both of them.
The games begin. 1 is the compass. 2 is money. Okay, small key on the torch. And yeah, that does confirm boots not required here. Four, 5. Oh, there's more arrows. Always nice. So, first 7 coming up empty. Doing digging. And, ooh, that's not a great pattern for Vincent.
Yeah. So Karjan got the ice path leaning to the right there, which ended up being fine. But now you can see Vincent's lost about half of the room here to ice.
Yeah, and big key has been confirmed. And
oh
no,
oh no, he's out of magic.
He's out of magic. He didn't. Oh boy,
Oh.
That is fatal, fortunately.
Meanwhile, we did find the big key. Was that number 8?
It was number 8, yeah. So, congratulations to Sniper Boy 1987. A winner is you.
Spork and Mindy also guessing number 8.
Sports, yeah. True, yeah. So, but yeah, Meyer and Turtle Rock deaths, really, if those don't happen, I think this is very, very close. I had a feeling Karjan would do this.
Yeah, I mean you don't want to have to use your potions. You want to be able to keep them for the Ganon fight.
In her case, she can catch and capture and grab one.
Yeah, and that actually saves her from having beams on the climb as well. So anybody who's played this game can tell you sword beams on the climb are not ideal.
Oh.
Be careful how many times you use that fire rod, Karjan. We do have silvers for Landmo, but and we have blue potions in case we run out of magic. But again, you don't want to use them now.
No, and these seem to be pretty good uses of the fire rod so far. That was a tight shot. With an obstruction, so that was a good call. Ooh. Okay. Had a little trouble with her aim, but gets that down. So all right. And I think Vincent getting a little twisted around here in the dark room. All right, there it is. All right, and Zero Cycle, very nice.
Yeah, that's some fine shooting there, and saved enough magic to survive the next portion here. I mean, technically you don't need to come up here with any magic. It just gets extremely slow to get the 2 pots that you need.
Yeah, the whiz robes, are a pain otherwise, and yeah, the torch room, you want to do this, as economically as possible. And okay, so Vincent, taking no chances, is gonna set things up here. And
yeah, I mean he did consider going for Trinex first, but then thought better of it and wants the safety.
Yeah, definitely probably feeling the tilt at this point, and you're trying to minimize any potential after effects at this stage. And Vincent, okay, that's right. Vincent does.
Yeah, you might as well get Laser Bridge.
Yeah, A lot of nothing, unfortunately. Arjun not interested in any more items at this stage. Has everything she needs. Will help herself to that magic, though.
Yeah, definitely want the magic. It is Silver's Ganon, so you need a lot less, but
Yeah.
it's still nice to be at full.
What? Yeah, might check the chest, just in case.
For
Maybe there's something
validation.
good. Nope.
Nope.
Oh, nope.
Not interested in validation.
Oh. Ain't got time for any of that stuff. We're just going.
Go mode means go.
Yeah, it does. Fortunately, the mini Helmas are chastising Karjan for skipping the room.
A little bit bullied there.
Skipping the chest. Alright, so on we go. Aga 2. Okay, pattern, and... Ooh, just missed a double. A couple of singles to start off this match. But Aga 2 kind of coming up some awkward angles here. So, Karjan doing it right, just, going, if you have to do it one at a time, so be it.
Yeah, and
That's a good setup.
You're talking about the awkward angles, which is definitely the case, and this game actually doesn't calculate the reflect trajectories correctly. So, like,
Yeah.
if you are forced to attack Aga from a non cardinal direction, it will hit less often because the game's bad at math.
Yeah. So almost an 8-minute difference on their crystal grabs. So yeah, that death for Vincent, yeah, that was definitely backbreaking. So Red's tempered silver strats. This should be pretty straightforward. Okay, it does have fairies, so there's one, no problem.
And fairies have been super clutch for Karjan in this run.
Yeah,
I think that's third or fourth fairy revive that we've seen.
It's at least 2, probably 3. Yeah. Oh, didn't have the 12 strikes. That should be enough. That's definitely 12.
Yeah, I probably would have hookshotted to the torch to get out of the circle of bats there.
Yeah. Phase 3 underway. Yeah, after that early death, Karjan been pretty solid. And I'm sure that probably played a little bit into her thinking, but also got some key items much earlier than Vincent to bring it home. Okay.
Yeah, the safety route seems to have worked in Karjan's favor, and don't get hit by that.
Actually missed out on the... Oh no. Okay. Let's reset.
Unfortunate that she couldn't get the slash in the center of the room there.
Yeah.
That's real nice if you can hack it. And this should be the 4th shot.
Yep.
And that's an exploding pig. Get your GGs in chat for Karjan, who will move on to the next round in this bracket.
Indeed. Let's break out the GGs. Karjan clocks in with an official race time of 1 hour, 43 minutes, and 43 seconds.
Alright, Vincent on the climb here. We'll also get this, get the fairies. Arjun gonna play her credits as required by the rules.
Carson indicated she will join us shortly for an interview. Meanwhile, Vincent making the long climb up GT.
Yeah, I took the same route as Karjan. I don't know if so. I've seen a lot of mentees do Hope Room and not really care what you get in Hope Room unless it's the big key, and then they just go full left. In this seed, you were forced to do that because there wasn't a small key there. I'm wondering if that's like a usual thing that they do, or like if you get a small key, you go right, or if they just do what they were forced to by default.
Yeah, that was more in vogue a few years ago. I remember that seemed to be kind of wasn't like the primary option, but a lot of runners seemed to be opting for it for a while, but I don't see it quite as much as I used to.
Yeah, there are a lot of viable routes through GT, and you never know which one is the correct one until you find the big key.
Right. It's more just kind of, I think, whatever you're comfortable with, or you probably play different strategies depending on your mindset. If you're feeling behind, maybe you roll the dice and go full right.
Hey, Vincent down to half a heart here. Still nothing in his bottles.
Well, he does have. Did he not capture a fairy?
No, he grabbed both of them.
He was living on the edge in Mire for a while, and then it finally caught up to him.
Staying back and making sure he doesn't take damage from those whiz ropes. It's definitely a good call there.
I think as Trent says, 2 bees in the bottles. Uh-huh. One shield in this seed. Now that I look at the trackers,
Love to see it. I pick my sprite because I like it.
Yeah. So Vincent is going to check these chests. Okay, there's.
Okay, well that second being at 2.5 versus 1.5 is pretty huge.
Yeah. So we got Karjan waiting for us. So this.
We are joined by our first place finisher, Karjan. GG.
I just jinxed it. There was a shield.
Oh no.
And shield at the on Ped, as it turned out.
That's kind of hilarious.
But yeah, so GG's Karjan. Congrats on the series win.
Yeah, I did not expect that, especially with all my deaths. Hey, do you want to know why I was dying in Escape?
You got bullied by a green guard, it looked like.
Yes, but you want to know the real life reason why I got bullied?
Oh no. Sure, why not?
So there's a reason that I don't often do morning races. And that is because one of my cats, called Esper, wants attention. And one of the ways that she wants attention is that she will walk in front of my keyboard, which is also where I put my controller, and she will paw at my chest and push me back until I'm laying back so she can
Oh,
lay in
no.
front of me. And she makes a wonderful window, by the way.
Uh-huh.
So throughout Escape, I was playing with either a cat in my face or I was leaning back with my hands at full extension, trying to see over my cat who is laying on my chest.
Yikes. So,
I can't blame her for any of my other deaths. That was just me. Um,
for that, it seemed to settle down at least.
yeah.
And the fairies were your friend.
The fairies were my friend. Yeah. Um,
In fairness, both of you had a whale of a time with Mothula. Nobody was doing that early.
And
all
we
right,
are
so we all need to learn some Mothula so that we don't die to the arena.
and we're also joined by our other runner, Vincent. GG.
GG, if it's much of one. I made the stupid mistake of not taking the safety door, and I think the race
Oh.
would have been a lot closer.
Probably. Because I'm assuming, like me, you didn't take the middle door either.
Yep.
Yeah, so you had to go through the entirety of Turtle Rock.
Yeah.
Oh, ouch.
Yeah, and I didn't have half magic, so it's like, this is a gamble. I had to pray RNGesus, which RNGesus was not on my side.
Yeah.
Everything that could go wrong went wrong.
Yeah, it seemed that way on both sides. Like all throughout the seed, you both were getting bullied in a bunch of situations. So yeah, good job sticking that out.
Yeah, and the fairies situation, because I know, Vincent, you had that unfortunate death in Meyer as well, pretty deep into the dungeon, because you're kind of dancing through the fire there, and finally caught you in the basement.
Yeah.
Oh, you died in Meyer too? Ouch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was dancing on 1.5 hearts the entire time, trying to just push through, because I felt like as soon as I got the victory, as I should have it, because I was running with the silvers at the time, so I was like, yeah, I got that.
Oh, you dipped pod first? Ouch.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I full cleared pod. Like, all I had.
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah, there was definitely some route divergence in the middle game, because Karja, you did both of you cleared Eastern about a minute apart, and then it was a while before anyone got into the crystal. It's Karja, you did all of Thieves, whereas Vincent noped out of there after getting the Master Sword.
I should have noped out. There was nothing there. I don't think there was even anything on Pendant.
You didn't even redeem your green pendant.
I was in go mode at that point. What could I get? I had silvers, tempered.
You got half magic.
I was saying before, like, if you make the commitment to grab that green pendant, you should probably just make a trip to Saha and see if it paid off or not. But
yeah, I mean, I was thinking about it, but I kept getting real progression, and it was like, I mean, nothing really brings me back over there. And then by the time I got Flute, it was like, well, let's check Meyer. All right, let's check these other things. All right, let's do Swamp, because I am in Hammer Go mode. And I know that nothing in Swamp can lead me to Hammer. Ooh, here's Boots. Ooh, here's Tempered. All right.
Yeah, I was like, I was in... When I went to... Oh, the reason why I went Dive Desert, just so you guys know, was I thought that was a crystal, so I was like, okay, for a moment. I was like, oh, and then once I got the swap, I was like, I got boost. Wait, that's a pendant. Why did I dip that?
You were still looking for the mirror at the time, and
Yeah.
like, that was a pretty decent play. Like it was a fine play to go into desert because there's potentially just 2 items that you can get in there versus like all of those long swims for the flipper checks.
Yeah. I went and dipped desert too.
Yeah.
Got met with a compass. I was like, okay, well, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Did anyone see what was on the torch? Because I never went and checked that.
Nope.
The torch was
Alright.
small key, I think.
Yeah, that-
Side.
It was a key based on logic because nothing
Yeah,
else
I
was
just don't know whether it was big key or small key.
there. Either way, it was a key. We're just not sure which one.
Yeah.
I knew immediately what it was a key on there. I didn't care at that point. So I was like, okay, move on.
Yep.
Let's head over and find what's on the flipper checks.
Yeah, I mean, going into the Turtle Rock, there was about a 2-minute difference between both of you. So I mean, once everything kind of locked into place, it turned into a sprint for about 15 minutes, and then it was just if not for what happened in Turtle Rock, who knows? But still, a very entertaining race.
Well,
But-
I'm glad I could put on a show.
One last thing. What did you guys think about the bee on Makula?
Chat did ask for it, and they were very satisfied that you used the bees.
Yeah. The bee paid off. Got 3 good hits in, I think.
Yep. I was
Yeah. I was considering using it, and I was just like, nah, whatever.
Makula got in the bottom left corner, and the specs were going all over the place, so I'm throwing the bee in there.
That first battle you had, Vincent, were against Monte. It was looking really good. He was giving you a good pattern, and then that spike just sniped you from the corner. Like, ow.
Yeah, I was like, doggone it. I was so close. I was going to be so happy clearing that. Fighter Sword 6 hearts. Green tunic.
Oh, wow, you dipped it early.
Yeah.
I mean, it was available. It was MIT's access. It's potentially the last time you're there. So, I mean, I don't blame you for at least making the attempt.
No, I mean, it was definitely a situation where, it made sense to at least, give it a go and see what happened. It just didn't. And again, that first fight, was looking pretty good, and then just got sniped. And like, wow, I thought he was really gonna do it.
I was like, all I needed was one more fire rod shot, and I did not miss a single time.
So, Vincent, unfortunately, the end of the road here for you. So, I like to give a few minutes after an elimination game for you to say some of your thoughts about the mentor tournament. Maybe some shout-outs if you have any.
Well, first things first. Thank you, Sean, for mentoring me. I've been using your knowledge, trying to use your knowledge as best as I could. Thank you, Tracy M. Helped me out for the last 3 weeks. I had the intention, but the last the couple weeks I had very little availability, and Tracy bailed me out for the last 3 weeks, so shout outs to her. Shout outs to Fire Duke for the tracker. And Tracy for the tracker. Both of them recommended this tracker, and it's been a lot better. Also, Fire Duke for the timer. Other than that, my second mentor, who was my other mentor, Kirby, I appreciate all that you did for me. And I think that... And don't follow my footsteps. I did so many wrong things this scene. I should have grabbed that powder that was on Lake Hylia, but I was like in go mode and I didn't want to. I should have grabbed it. It would have saved me.
Go mode means go mode, yeah. And Karjan, you will await your next round opponent here. It's either Beth or Levi's Jeans.
Yeah, I think that gets decided later tonight.
I believe that's game 2 of their series later tonight, so it may be decided, or they may need a third one.
Fair.
But there will be... So, as you see on the screen, we have a couple more restreams scheduled for today. We have one coming up in just under half an hour. That will be Fire Elements versus Hardy, Game 3. We restreamed Games 1 and 2. I believe that was yesterday here on this channel. So if you'd like a refresher, you can go to the VODs and maybe watch them on faster speed. So that will be another elimination game, and then 5 p.m. Eastern Time, we will have Bobsled versus Kyrie. That will be another Game 3, so stay tuned. As always, thank you to our volunteers, Pro-A for commentary and TD Silent Pain for tracking. If you would like to volunteer for comms or tracking, you can join the Go Mode Podcast Discord. No experience necessary. We will teach you how everything works. All right.
My pleasure. My pleasure to join you.
Any final thoughts before we vacate the room for the next restream?
Nope. GG's, Vincent. It was a great round of 3.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure this race would have been like to the wire, like.
Yep.
Yep. Thanks all.
Right.
Good one.
Right. Thanks,
All right.
everyone.
Thanks.
Have a good rest of your day, everybody.
Well.